Welcome to the Barstool College Football Show, Week 5 of college football. We are back in the studio. Dave is in person wearing the crown, which I know...
Not really.
I mean, Brandon already had an issue.
Not really applicable anymore.
It absolutely is applicable. Until someone rips this crown off my head, I am the national champ. Actually, Austin, can you bring that over?
Can you bring what?
This I'd like to submit as Exhibit A to the background of the ceremony. Can we get this next week?
I don't think we have room for it.
Up, please. It's beautiful.
No, there's no room.
This is a stadium frame. I don't know if anyone out there can read it.
Got the coins.
Can you read it?
Yeah, it says National Championship Game, Michigan 34, Washington 13.
From last year.
The most recent national champion.
Yeah, January 8th, 2024.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's just not going to...
We'll get that up there next year. Next week. Thank you.
Don't drop it.
I got two.
I hate for you to drop it.
I got two.
Yep. He's going to back up.
Yep. So
Just in case it disappears,
That's not...
Brandon is probably going to try to see.
Beautiful. I was at that game as the Rose Bowl.
Poorly framed.
I got to tell you, going to big games, winning big games, not being 40-point underdogs.
That's a little low even for you.
The champ has spoke. So I've been wearing this whenever I'm doing college football stuff. I wore it watching the game.
You didn't wear it to Auburn the other day.
I wore it to watching the game.
But you didn't wear it to Auburn. We did a college football show. You didn't wear it. Were you scared to wear it?
No, because you
had already decided that you weren't good enough to win the national title again. So
I wear the school. When we're on the road, I wear the school. Unless it's a rival.
By the way, Hank Brown. Oof.
Oh.
Bad. I mean, Auburn is awful.
Oof.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Hugh Freeze saying they beat them like 99 out of 100 times.
He's
one of the dumbest things.
I just was thinking about those poor kids who were had the sign like Hank Brown's the next.
Yeah.
And he came out and threw 3 picks.
Yeah, Auburn was fun. I mean, Auburn being in an SEC town, but that whole fan base is down so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Ev, how are you
not
feeling?
40-point dogs.
Oh, can I just big up? I'm sorry. I apologize. You keep saying that. Like,
It is.
We're playing.
It is shocking.
You've already lost by $1 billion to that team. To Texas, you've already lost by $1 billion to that team.
9-7. Michigan.
Also, Brandon, get him back. It's 38.5.
No, it moved to 39.5.
Well, that's still not 40, for being honest.
39.5.
Also, to be fair, you get to eat a nice steak and have a glass of red wine.
Yeah, that's if Mississippi State loses, I will in fact eat a full ribeye steak with a glass of
Have
red
they
wine.
ever been bigger underdogs?
In life?
No, that's a real question.
Every day.
To my knowledge, no. I can't remember a time where we were. Luckily, we play Texas at Texas this week, but we get over that by playing at Georgia next week.
Oh.
So things are going to be good. Big Up, how are you?
I'm great. Definitely not 40-point underdogs.
That is crazy.
That is insane.
Is it one of the biggest in-conference spreads ever?
Has to be.
Why are we starting with,
I don't know.
this conversation?
He brought it up. Now I'm actually curious. Is it
Crazy.
No, there's been big underdogs before.
That
in
big?
conference?
I don't know.
But at least you don't have high expectations, Brandon.
I'll look it up.
That's not really a thing to say
Train
to
like
somebody.
Northwestern.
No, you don't though. Like you're not going into the game
Yeah, like
thinking you're
Ohio
going to beat
State
Texas.
against
Probably like
bad Indiana.
Rutgers when right when Schiano got there when they were still really bad.
Georgia against Vanderbilt has had to be big in recent
That's
years.
true.
40?
Yeah, probably 40.
40?
Don't say 40 like that. 40's not even that big of a number. The grand scheme of things, like 200 is way bigger than 40.
Well, I guess actually, no, wait, what was Harbaugh when he won outright against USC? I think they were like...
Oh, no, but that was like 20, 24
No, that
and
was
a
in
half.
the 20s.
Was it?
It's in the 20s, yeah.
And people were saying that was the greatest upset of all time.
That's not really
It's okay.
40.
applicable.
Imagine one of our schools being 40.
Nope, I was right. 41-point underdog against USC.
What I
I knew,
yeah.
I was right.
He was right.
So you could win
Credit
outright.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Credit to this brain.
They won that game.
They won that game.
All right, so maybe
done.
this Mississippi State wins.
What would you do if Mississippi State won?
You wouldn't get a steak?
Or red wine?
Well, I'd be back in play, I think, for $100 million.
No.
We have 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
I'd be back in play for $100 million.
No,
You'd be on the hook for $50 million.
And Dan's matching.
Yeah, I'm matching.
So $100
You know
million.
what? I'll double.
You're going to tell
I'm matching and double. That's how nice I am.
Match is double.
Okay, all right. So it's 200
Also, I
million.
forgot, we're 1-3. We're not 1-2. So
Oh,
it's already over.
shit. Well, you can't take back the match and
Yeah.
double.
No, it was a good offer.
Yeah.
So you either get a steak, a baked potato, and red wine, or $200 million. Sounds like a good weekend.
Fair enough.
Let's go to the high noon weekend preview. It's time to load up on the ice and break out the oversized lawn games because it's the high noon in zone pack is here. It includes limited edition fan faves, pear and cranberry, along with black cherry and grapefruit. The high noon in End Zone Pack is a fall exclusive, which means it's here for a good time, not a long time. Visit highnoonspirits.com before your next tailgate to find a pack near you. I know we've had good games leading up to this. This Week 5 slate is by far the best slate we've seen thus far. A lot of great games. What?
That's the biggest game
for sure.
by
I mean,
far.
we'll talk about Georgia, Alabama, but yes. But a lot of really good games. We're going to start with number 3, Ohio State at Michigan State. Ohio State minus 23.5. The over/under at 48. Ohio State has played nobody.
Dave, you want to talk about some cowards? Let's talk Ohio State. They haven't played
nobody.
It's unreal, Dave.
Unreal. Their pathetic schedule. And by the way, they're struggling with these teams. They can't put them away. They're driving up and down the field. It is pathetic. They only play in this game because they're forced to. It's a conference game. Disgusting.
Ev?
Brandon's going to regret saying that. You see, you flipped. Why you going to flip like that?
I'm trying. I'm fighting for my life out here.
Yeah, but you're just going to flip on the guy who you've been with.
I'm not flipping on anybody. I'm not flipping.
Listen, we let up 2 touchdowns to Marshall. Unacceptable.
You won 49-14. You didn't.
2 touchdowns. Unacceptable.
That wasn't a close game.
Unacceptable.
Oh,
Unacceptable.
it was closer than the experts thought.
A little bit closer. Won by 35. The spread was 40.
But Ed,
clean
the last 4 games have been, it's like a preseason for Ohio.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the first
I mean,
real
listen,
game.
it happens like that sometimes. Michigan's was like that last year. It goes like that sometimes, just the way the schedule falls.
Michigan's the national champs. No one's talking about that.
Oh, you don't want him to talk about Michigan's last year?
No, he's the schedule?
Yeah.
We won. We proved,
So
we
we're
proved
not talking about
everything.
Michigan from last
year?
year?
We proved everything. We beat everybody.
Just what Ohio State's doing this year. We beat everybody.
So
No, but we played the whole season, Ev.
is Ohio State going to cover the number, Ev?
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about, apparently there's going to be a monsoon in the Midwest, a hurricane. So I think that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, if they don't know where that thing's going yet.
No, they can never track where they're.
I've just been hearing a lot about that in the Midwest, but no, I mean, I think they cover.
I thought that was the Panhandle.
Well, it is, but by Saturday it'll be way up in the.
Because I was hearing like Ohio, Michigan, like Indiana.
Because this is something I would definitely
it's gonna be
bet, and then
somewhere in the middle.
Why is it?
That's interesting.
No rain in Lansing on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Okay, that's good. I was hearing a lot of Midwest.
0 for 1 out.
So the hurricane.
No, the hurricane is definitely a thing, no?
The hurricane's a thing.
Today.
It's hitting Florida Thursday.
Oh.
They said the Midwest. I was hearing Midwest this
I was
weekend.
trying to tell Rico.
Yeah, it's going up. So we don't know where it's going once it gets in.
Okay.
It could go north. It could go northwest. It could go. Who knows? It's a hurricane.
I thought it was worth saying.
Well, it's just rain.
The rain. It like travels.
It's a hurricane that's going to hit Florida.
But I mean, to get to there, the land.
rain.
It's going to turn into just a rain.
I'm gonna find the fucking.
A rain event.
Yeah, it's not an
Regardless, I just thought
actual
it's
hurricane.
worth mentioning when we're.
It's 100% mentioning you're a finesse team that doesn't like bad weather because there are all these 5-star overpaid, hyped up kids who don't like to play real football in bad weather. So I appreciate you mentioning it.
It looks. I'm looking at the updated map right now. Not even close to Michigan.
So the Midwest is not
Looks
getting
like it's
hit.
going to just sit in southern Illinois.
Looks like it's going to stop in Illinois.
Yeah, it's
Southern
because
Illinois.
Well, Illinois is the Midwest.
You need water to fuel a
Yeah,
hurricane.
it will be in the Midwest. It's not going to be in Michigan.
All right, good. I mean, we're going to run the ball down their throat. Jim Knowles lit a fire into the defense. Yeah, they cover. Probably like 42-3.
Okay, Brandon.
Yeah, Ohio State's going to cover. They're way better. They've been just dicking around for 4 weeks. They're probably itching to play a real football team and actually play a real football game. Quinshon Judkins, who's been fantastic, has 22 carries this entire season. He might have that on Saturday, so they're going to run it down their throat, and they're going to win by 30 points.
Dan.
I'm going to take Michigan State. I hate it. I don't know. They've just Michigan State's a little frisky. I like their quarterback. Ohio State has struggled. There could be a hurricane.
Maybe.
Wait, you're on Team Hurricane now?
Well, I'm just throwing it in there. I mean, it's been discussed.
Yeah, hurricane needs water to exist.
But the rain could still exist without the hurricane.
Right.
What does hurricane needs water to exist even mean?
That it does. It needs water
He's
to
right.
breathe.
He is right. But what's that got to do with a football program or football game?
Because if you're going through the
he's saying through
Midwest,
the Midwest, it will stop.
you can't.
There's no water.
Look at me. Look at me.
No,
Yeah.
Booger?
No.
No, oh, thanks.
Yeah, it can't exist. It needs. Well, that's why they die out and don't really get.
Once they get to Tennessee, no more water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water in Lake Michigan.
Yeah, but
but it has
that
to
would
get
have
there.
to get there.
But the rain
Might
could
get there. This
still
might
get
be
there.
the craziest hurricane we've ever seen.
Sounds.
We don't know.
Don't underestimate
We'll see.
Helene.
Don't underestimate. So, Dave, what are you taking?
I think Ohio State beats them. They like, you know, they're a bully. They like picking on the little guy, little brother, put him in a locker, rough him up until the real bully shows up and punches him in the mouth.
Get him in while he can. A lot of remember when, like I previously said, a lot of remember when.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last decade of football pre-COVID. I don't remember pre-COVID. Nobody does in this country.
It's been 3 years.
COVID?
No, the Michigan's dominance over Ohio State's been 3 seasons.
But he's saying pre-COVID.
No, I understand what he said, Casey.
I'm just
They
making-
haven't lost since pre-COVID.
Yeah, because y'all pushed out of the COVID game.
Correct.
Pre-COVID.
Y'all pushed out of the COVID
Why
game.
would the national champs?
You weren't the
push
national
you
champs.
out?
I'm going to take Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to kill them. I don't think Michigan State's very good. Let's move to the Big 12. Number 20, Oklahoma State, at number 23, Kansas State. Kansas State -5. The total at 55. Dan, I will start with you. The Big 12 outside of Utah, I mean, and even Utah, we don't know what's going to happen with Cam Rising. It just kind of feels like it's all up in the air. Kansas State hasn't looked as good as a lot of people thought.
They got smoked.
Yeah, they looked like shit. What do you think?
Utah 60-1. I had it preseason. I don't think they're going to win the national championship, but I think they will win the Big 12 and have a bye. Pass.
Oh, good choice.
Okay, Dave?
I'm going to take Kansas State in a bounce back. Strictly game in Manhattan, different team. I did have BYU, so I saw that one coming. I don't think Oklahoma. These are two teams that are coming off losses. I'm going to go just home field advantage.
Brandon?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect spot for Kansas State. Their quarterback has not been good. He sucked on the road the other night. He'll be at home, and he'll be against the Oklahoma State defense, who's not very good. Arkansas went up and down and up and down and up and down the field against this team. I like Kansas State.
Give me Kansas State, and also I need it updated on my pick'em card. Someone.
Is anybody worried about the Hurricane taking a left turn to Kansas?
Oh, Blutman, can you please
Kansas,
text,
I think you can get
text
some hurricane.
Jack McCarthy and tell him
tornadoes.
I would like Kansas
Tornadoes
State
for
instead
sure.
of Oklahoma State.
I don't think tornadoes are a concern this weekend.
No, but in Oklahoma.
Well, you don't know. Those just pop up.
Yeah.
They do, and like maybe the weather makes them pop up more. Ev?
The weather certainly makes
Sage
tornadoes
waves,
pop
gotta
up.
No,
watch out
this
for
upcoming
sage
weather.
waves.
This
Gotta watch out for
upcoming
sage
weather.
waves. People forget about sage waves.
What are you saying?
Sage wave.
What is that word?
Sage wave.
Okay, you just repeated the word.
S-E-I-C-H-E.
All you did was repeat the word.
It's a tsunami-like feature in a lake.
I'm very worried now.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. Ev, who are you taking in this game?
Actually, I like Oklahoma State here. I think it's a coin flip game. I think neither teams are great, but I think Avery Johnson's been a big hype job. Yeah, I like Oklahoma State with the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take Oklahoma State as well. Both these teams have been kind of a letdown, but I think Kansas State is just god-awful. Let's go to number 15.
Keep Oklahoma State on my card. I'm going Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Official answer?
You all right?
Yep, officially.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm taking Oklahoma State. That's what I picked on Pick'em.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 15, Louisville at number 16, Notre Dame. Notre Dame -6, the over-under at 45. Brandon, very quietly, Louisville 3-0. I feel like we need to talk a little bit about them in the ACC. How are you feeling about them against Notre Dame?
I'm comfortable not talking about them in the ACC. I think they've just kind of been skating by. They're fine. Quarterback's good from Texas Tech. He's been pretty good, but Notre Dame needs a big performance. They need a statement. They came out after they lost Northern Illinois and they killed Purdue, and then they came out the very next week against another MAC team and looked sluggish as hell. Freeman needs to send a statement. He needs a big win. He needs to win like 24-0. He needs to really hammer a team. I like Notre Dame in this spot.
Dan?
I agree. This is a game that Notre Dame's going to get all their focus. They have been kind of Jekyll and Hyde Jekyll and Hyde this season. You've seen it. I think this is also, you're getting a little bit of a value on this line because of the NIU loss. This could probably be like more -8 line, 9. I think Notre Dame wins this game easily.
Dave?
I don't love the game. When I don't love the game, I start looking at stats. So I start looking at things like, all right, who knows what they're talking about? Brandon Walker, 7-12, 0-4 last week.
That's not.
So I am going to go the opposite of what he did, and I will take Louisville.
I was just performing in front of the Auburn crowd.
Yeah, when he gets live, especially because he was playing heel.
I can't be held to my picks on
That's true.
live
But-
games.
Well, he's 7-12.
Yeah, we do have the
Remember when I
records.
picked Michigan on Unnecessary Roughness, and then I showed up at the live show and I just had to dig at him?
I know. I didn't understand
That's
why
true.
you did that.
Did like
I did. I called it. I called
On Unnecessary
Oh,
Roughness.
so he's one of those guys who calls both sides and then will gloat for both.
Hey, I'm whatever I need to be.
Better than being 0-4, I guess. Pick both sides.
He has been very high on Michigan on Unnecessary Roughness.
No,
which is
just
bizarre.
one time, just that
No,
game.
no, you.
I was
you
low
said
on
that-
USC.
you
I was
said-
low on
You
USC.
said they won the week at 1:30
because they beat
a.m.
USC.
If you're really looking at these stats, it's Brandon Walker and Fat Ev, all combined 0-7 last
I'm not sure you're
week.
looking at
Also, I mean, I'm getting held to kind of. I'm an entertainer.
Ohio
I'm a
State
performer.
crew.
Yeah, we're performing.
I'm an entertainer. I'm there to perform.
Performing.
But the overall records are actually probably all that matters when they're not performing, right? Brandon?
No,
Tell you what,
7.
DraftKings loves when I'm a performer.
I'm going to take Louisville. I'm just not sold on Riley Leonard, and I understand Notre Dame. They've been up and down. I think Louisville deserves more credit. I'm going to take them. Let's go to number 19, Illinois, at number 9, Penn State. Penn State -18, the over-under at 48. Dave, Illinois goes out, beats Nebraska. Lots of hype around Brett Bielema and this team. Penn State quietly, almost like 18 points seems like a lot the way that Illinois has been.
Yeah, and the way you described it's what I'm worried about. I think it's a trap because I love Illinois in this game, and I love Bielema talking shit about the whiteout. I am a believer in some coaches. I don't know enough about him, but in general, coaches that are talking like he is believe they have the goods. You gotta be a real fucking idiot to talk like he is just to go in and lose by 100. Harbaugh was the king of that. When he starts chirping, he feels pretty good about his squad. I love Illinois. I like the quarterback. I don't think Penn State's great. I think Illinois can actually win the game. Scares me the line. Like you had told me his line was 10 and I wouldn't have blinked. So yes, the 18 worries me, but I'm still taking Illinois.
Dan?
I'm going to take, and this is a little scary because this is whiteout, and whiteout I feel like usually has some college football plays involved where you'll get like a block punt or something, but similar to when Iowa went in maybe last year or the year before and Penn State throttled them and it was like 30 to nothing. I think Illinois would be more competitive than that, but I'm going to take the under in this game because I think it's going to be a true slugfest. Illinois is going to try to shorten the game, ball control. Give me under 48.
Brandon?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Penn State's defense very good. Drew Aller's also been fantastic this year, but I love like a 30-3 game. Like I just love a game where Penn State kind of takes their soul early and just never really lets them breathe.
Ev, I know we talked last week a lot about Dylan Raiola going in that game, but Luke Altmaier had a fantastic game in Lincoln. Do you think that he can recreate that again in Penn State, at Penn State?
Yeah, I do. He's been really, really good this year. I think he had no turnovers. I know at least no interceptions. I like Illinois' secondary. It does feel trappy, but I think they keep it close. I think they make it a game.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I know that I'm falling right into the trap. I thought Illinois looked great, and Penn State with 18 points seems like a little bit too high, so give me Illinois. Let's go to the big game of the week, number 2, Georgia at number 4, Alabama. Georgia -2, the over-under at 48.5. Brandon, Alabama without Nick Saban. We know that Georgia obviously. Well, that's right.
He was retiring anyway.
Did he announce it before the game?
He was retiring. Why would he announce it before the game? That'd be crazy.
I like how you say retiring.
He was retiring anyway. He was stepping away. He phoned that game in.
Retiring.
He was retiring.
That was also another thing at Auburn last week. Like, they're down so bad. They were like celebrating that Nick Saban's no longer there, and they still just.
We welcome that. We welcome. Everyone was cheering. Hey, we killed Saban for you guys. It's great.
They just want to be
What
good
game
so
do you
bad.
think we could bring up that you wouldn't be able to tie it back to Michigan?
As long as the national champs, almost everything.
For the rest of the year, there is 0 games you can do. But Brandon, we talked a lot about, too, just the way that Georgia, Alabama has always played with Nick Saban. It's like Kirby is scared of Alabama. Well, he's no longer there. So do you think that fear is there going into Tuscaloosa?
So I don't know. I saw the SEC championship game last year. Georgia was a better team. They were scared to death. They have a conservative game plan, and they lost to Nick Saban.
Damn, did that game plan fucking suck.
It was terrible. It's the only reason Michigan won the national title. If Georgia shows up.
I tie everything back to Michigan?
That wasn't me.
We're just talking football. Can we talk football? I'm talking football.
You did step in that one.
I'm talking football.
You can't get them out of your head.
You're wearing a crown and you're 3 feet away from me.
So?
All right, I like Georgia. Georgia -2. I am just going on this prayer in my mind that Kirby Smart and that talented team will show up and not be scared, and they will attack, and they have learned lessons from last year. And Jalen Milroe, I don't think, is that good. So I like Georgia, but I don't love it.
Dan?
Okay, I'm going to go personal revenge game. Maybe you can get me a graphic personal revenge game. Brandon mentioned it, the SEC championship last year, Georgia with a terrible, terrible game plan. I did have a game of the year on the over. I'm not making this a game of the year, but I'm going to personal revenge over 48.5.
It's personal revenge from last year's game of the year.
From last year's game of the year. It's kind of get to my mojo back that maybe I could potentially do a game of the year later on this year.
So once you get this revenge,
then I will
it's
finally feel like I can rest easy. I haven't had a good night's sleep since I lost that game of the year. This is where I get my first good night's sleep.
This is like you're warming up in the bullpen, and if you have a good, okay.
Yep.
All right, Dave?
I won't keep talking about it, but Alabama doesn't have Nick Saban because we put him in the ground and put him in an early grave. When we beat them in the Rose Bowl, advanced to the national championship, and beat the SEC and restored honor and glory to the Big Ten.
Certainly not.
I think Georgia gets them here. I think they're the better team. They were even the disconnect with the portaling and everyone leave. There was a little downtime for Alabama. I like Georgia. I like Georgia a lot. I think Georgia wins this game, and hopefully, for all you Georgia fans who bark at me, say, hey, we would have beaten you. Well, win your games, and I'd love to play you. We can figure that out this year. The champs are waiting.
Ev?
Yeah, I like Georgia too. I think this is a Carson Beck Heisman game. It's a you forgot me game. Bad performance against Kentucky. I think he steps up big moment. They take it. I mean, Texas went in there and won last year. I was there. Brandon talked about it. It really is for a big stadium. It's not that loud. I imagine this is be loud as it gets with Georgia, but yeah, I think Georgia wins.
I'm going to take Georgia too, but I mean, it really is when you look at Carson Beck or Jalen Milroe. This is a big Heisman game for either one of them, but I think Georgia handles it. I think they're a better team, and it does feel like with Kalen DeBoer, like things are just going to change for Kirby Smart playing Alabama. It would feel very strange. Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's go to the Powerade trivia with Brandon Walker. The college football landscape has changed a lot. NIL deals, social media, and the transfer portal. There's never been more distractions for an athlete, but Powerade knows what's most important, the commitment to the game. It has 50% more electrolytes than Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Hydrate your grind with Powerade. You can grab a pack today at any stores near you or on Amazon. See products labeled for additional details. It takes more. Brandon, trivia.
Is this standing in for our whiteboard today?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So
from the 2017 national title game when Alabama beat Georgia 26-23 in overtime, who were the leading rushers for both teams in the Alabama-Georgia, the first national title game that they played in 2017? Who were the leading rushers for both teams?
I got one.
Well, do you have one?
I don't.
I assume you don't have either.
I got one. One is definitely Najee Harris.
One is Najee Harris.
Okay.
That is correct.
Other one, do not know. Nick Chubb?
We'll take one more guess. Played for the Patriots.
Sonny Michel.
I want to get Sonny Michel. Sonny Michel and Najee Harris.
Good question.
Yeah, was a good question.
You would think it would be Nick Chubb.
You would think.
And by the way, on this, as the read, the college football landscape changing about a lot, the NIL deals, we'd be remiss not to mention the UNLV quarterback. That's quite the story. I agreed with your take, Ev. I read it. I don't know that I saw a little bit more, but Ev basically said everyone's crucifying the quarterback, but if his story is true, you can't really crucify the quarterback. If they said we're giving you, I think the number now is $100,000 for an assistant coach. If that was promised to him in an NIL deal and they didn't give it to him, he has every right not to.
They lied to him.
Yeah.
And he's played well this year. They're 3-0. He can save it a year of eligibility and get paid somewhere else.
100%.
Arizona State.
He's also a kid. This is his last year eligibility. He's not an NFL guy. This is like his last chance to make any money playing football, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a tough decision. I don't know what I would do if you're really boys with the team and you got a chance to do but it's a lot of money and it's almost you're getting taken advantage of if they think, well, he's just going to play anyways.
Also, UNLV's backup quarterback, Taj Malik Williams.
Any good?
Haj.
Any good?
He could throw the ball better than Sluka's 43.8% completion.
He thinks
All right.
No. Lucas 43% completion.
No, hold on.
By the way, we're talking to Blutman.
He's compromised. He has friends on the UNLV coaching staff.
Oh, that is wildly compromised.
Is that where you're getting all the information, though?
No, I just know ball.
He knows ball. He does know ball. Haj, baby. Haj.
His agent lied about being.
All right, quick timeout. He is just going to be in the darkness in that seat
with a
mic.
Yeah.
No, get him a mic. Let him chip in, from now on.
Did we get him a mic?
I don't know. Has he ever been there before?
Either way.
He's always sitting right there.
Start getting him a mic.
He's like our dark corner stat guy.
Yeah, he's a ball knower. He's a ball knower.
Yeah.
I saw Blutman tweet out, like, everyone's counting out UNLV. They forgot about Haj, and then it was just one highlight, and I was like, I'm in.
But is this stuff with the agent true that he went out and shopped the quarterback?
I heard that too.
And then now he knows he's worth more money?
Sitting up.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts in this whole situation.
Okay.
All I could say is that I am very strongly on the side of his agent sold like Sluka on this package that UNLV's offering this and this and that. None of it was true. None of it was real.
Okay, so maybe a bad agent. But Haj, we're going Haj.
Okay.
Haj, baby.
Haj. So nobody can hear exactly what he's saying. So he's just the.
Yeah, we got to from now on just a little mic in front of him. If we need him, he's there.
He's got it.
Dark alley stat guy.
Yeah.
Blutman, the dark alley stat guy. All right, let's move to the DraftKings Dark Horse Host Parlay. What's better than watching football on the weekend? Watching football on the weekend with the DraftKings Sportsbook. If you bet $5 right now, you get instantly $200 in bonus bets. Follow all your favorite Barstool personality picks in the Barstool betting group on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Just download the app now and use promo code CFB. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code CFB only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. All right, so Brandon is out this week because yours was what'd you have last week?
I have no idea.
Another loser.
Yeah.
I think it was Southern Miss +6. They only lost by 40. So.
Oh, okay.
Sit
All right.
next to Brand Walker, Frank the Tank with all these losers. Another one. Another loser.
So we're going to put together the parlay. Dan, I'll have you go first. Jacob's going to put the picks up behind us.
I'm taking Buffalo +5.5. I like Buffalo. They won outright last week.
Crazy
Played
way to
against
write a B.
UConn. Yeah, what did
Did you see how he wrote that?
No,
B?
he wrote
the B
everything.
from bottom.
He wrote
how's
everything
he
Well,
backwards.
he's not even
pen.
holding the pen like a human.
What are you doing?
Did you write every letter backwards? I mean,
That's
upside
a sharp
down?
B.
I don't think so.
It's a good B, but
I
it
just
starts
feel
from the bottom.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Now it's
Absolutely.
here.
All right.
Okay, Dave, what's
Well,
your pick?
before he writes it, I had Illinois, but I know I said this. If we don't want a Chicago because of all our people in Illinois, I'm willing to go with UCLA.
Okay. UCLA.
So UCLA at
24.
26
26.
or 25.
How do you hold a pen?
This guy is a mutant.
Yeah, why are you holding it like that?
I'm trying to make sure the fat end is
Yeah.
the one that's
Okay, all right.
writing.
All right,
Looks
you're right,
nice,
you're right.
looks nice.
26.
Don't let them rattle you. Don't let them
25
rattle you.
25 and a half.
Oh.
Where?
Now I'm stressed.
What is that?
That looks like one of those like to the third
God.
power.
What is that?
All right.
Don't let them get in your head.
It's UCLA
I know.
plus 2S.5.
25 and a half. Okay.
Hold on, let me
All right.
fix that.
All right.
Unfortunately,
fix it.
I
That
have.
was an outrageous 5.
I feel
You know,
really
Jacob
bad.
played ball at Florida.
Tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk on?
Tried out twice. 4 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't make the team
Maybe
anytime.
make it now.
I think
What-
I still have
what-
more eligibility.
What position do you
Give it
think
a
he
shot,
tried
bro.
out
If
for?
Don't make it there to Mississippi State.
You know what position he
Hey.
tried out for, Dave?
Linebacker.
Running back.
Oh, yeah.
Still, I have an offer at UCF to hold.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Son told me that.
Okay.
Okay, well, speaking of UCF, I'm going to take Colorado. Sorry you have to write that much. Colorado plus
Would you
14
pick
and a
that
half.
long word?
I know, now I feel bad, but I mean, I love the
killing
pick.
this
Colorado with the crazy win.
That was pretty
That was good.
D
Didn't it?
was a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, okay, plus 14 and a half. And then, Ev, what's your pick?
Yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati plus 3. They sneaky been very good. Good defense. Sorsby played really well at quarterback. He's Cincy in the points.
Okay, so we'll let Jacob finish that.
You think you know?
And the odds are
No.
going to, I don't know what the odds are now because Dave, you.
No, keep going. Just keep going. Just
Yeah.
keep going.
Finish, spell it how you need to.
It's like Broussard doing Memphis. Dude, you're fine. You're fine. You got it. You got it. You got it. Plus 3.
That
No, don't.
I don't know that I know how to spell it.
Okay. Good job.
That's how I was spelled.
Way to go.
I spelled it the
Is
same
that
way.
spelled right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, I think is it 2 ends?
2 ends.
Yeah.
2 ends. That's tough.
No, it's
Cincinnati's
okay. It's
always
okay. You don't
involved.
need to
Cincinnati's a
change
tough
it.
word.
You can just add an N if you want. I would have just put Cincy, to be honest.
Yeah, that would have been the.
2 ends, 1 T, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 T's.
Cincy, but
What
I was
did you
afraid I'd
add
do
there?
that for-
You're fine. You're
Yeah,
fine.
it's good.
All right.
It's
Thank
fine.
you,
Okay,
Jacob.
okay. So that is the DraftKings Dark Horse Parlay. We have hit once this year, so hopefully this is the week that we get back on track.
Can't have 'em every week. If you had it every week, we wouldn't have to do this show. We'd all be rich.
That's true. It's a good point. All right, the Roback Dog of the Week. College football is back, which means we are wearing our Roback. Best way to describe Roback is the best fit, the best feel. Use the code football on roback.com for a generous 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. That's RHOBACK.com. Use code football. Make sure to check them out now, because if you're a college football fan, you wear Roback. All of us, as always. By the way, it's like 5 degrees. in
Very
here,
cold.
so
That's
very,
what
very
we got.
cold.
Beautiful. Very cool.
Dave, who's your Dog of the
Well,
Week?
before I get into that, Dan knows where I'm going to go, but are you a fan of the Superman movies?
Yes.
Brandon?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ev?
I don't think I've watched them.
Never seen a Superman movie.
I'm not like a
Brandon,
super
you watched.
fan, but
What was Superman's birth name?
Kyle L. or what?
Bang. Kyle L. Mullings, the Michigan running back.
That's.
The
I've been here 5
same
years. I still make
name-
rookie mistakes. How do I still make
Same
rookie
Walked
mistakes?
right into
name
that.
as Superman himself. And he was Superman on Saturday. Never have I seen a team in a 2-minute drill lollygag it to the line and say, we're going to run it up the middle, and we have Superman carrying the basket for us, shaking people off, getting the job done, beating the West Coast, beating USC, saving the dignity of the Big Ten. Superman. Thank you for that trivia, Brandon. Kal-El Mullings, my Dog of the Week.
The original Superman
The
name, okay.
Original born name, probably after Superman, as Brandon knew.
At what point will I stop
Never.
assisting in this?
That was beautiful the way you handled it.
Yeah, and the fact
There's
that you
not a
didn't even
lot of
process
people
it until.
would know that original.
But y'all know that I can't be wrong on trivia. I have to be right.
Yeah, but you didn't put it together.
Yeah.
No,
When I said that's who our running back is, you were like, oh, you look like you just got punched in the face. You're like, oh.
I have a dumb question. I thought it was Clark Kent. Is that wrong?
That's his Earth name.
That's his Earth.
Oh, there's two
On
different.
his planet, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dan, your dog of the week.
My dog of the week is Mac Brown. Mac Brown gave up 70 to JMU, but it's actually a good dog because Mac Brown, in a very relatable move, told his team after the game that he's going to retire. And then after about an hour later, a representative from UNC said that's not true. He's not retiring. He gets very emotional after games. I expect him to be in his office.
You had the perfect emoji, the handshake.
Yeah, the handshake.
Yes.
It's just me every Sunday. I'm being like, I'm retired. I'm out of this. I can't do this anymore.
I get it.
And guess what? I'll be in my office on Monday morning at 9 a.m.
You know, somebody had to go up to him and be like, Mac, you don't mean it.
Yeah.
You don't mean it.
I just
Don't
like
say
it. It wears hard on his sleeve. And then he said he apologized for it after. He's like, I didn't actually retire. I said to the guys, if you don't think I can coach this team, let me know. And then they rallied around me.
But here's the question: should he retire at this
Yes,
point?
of course.
Yeah, he's done.
It's
He's
not
so
good.
old.
Yeah, it's not good.
As somebody who's tried to quit multiple times, I get it.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
you've had a couple of those.
Okay, Brandon, your dog of the week.
So mine's actually a bad dog, and it's where we were last week. It's Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
Because this guy is just full of dog shit. This guy, he already probably shouldn't have a job in college football. He's already a piece of crap. But the fact that he goes out there and when his quarterbacks throw interceptions, he throws them under the bus, says, all I need on offense is guys who won't throw it to the other team. Okay, well, maybe scheme it that way. Maybe figure it out. Maybe recruit a guy in the transfer portal that can do it, but you went with the same guy. And then after the game, he also said, I love Sam Pittman. I respect Sam Pittman. If we play that game 9 times, win it 9 times. Well, why the fuck didn't you win it the first time when you were the head coach? That's just, he's not accountable. He's a loser, and he is dog shit. Hugh Freeze, my dog of the
Well,
week.
and then he had the Bo Wallace stuff too.
All
I
of
guess
it.
Bo
All
Wallace
of
was
it.
going after him, saying that he just doesn't give a shit about his players ever. He's
All
just,
of it.
Yeah, he's trash. Ev, your dog of the week.
Mine's Luke Altmaier. It's Brett Bielema putting on for the big boys. It's Illinois. Unbelievable win. Go on the road, ruckus environment Friday night, rip their hearts out in overtime, steal it from them. Yeah, Illinois. I'm excited for this weekend. I really think they give Penn State a run for their money.
And Dan, you said that Brett Bielema is not a fat guy; he's a powerful guy.
Yeah, he's power. That's power.
I said because
you're
he's tall.
When you're 4-0, you're not fat. You're powerful.
And he's tall too.
Tony's
Tall, fat.
I think it's the opposite. I think he's tremendously fat. I think he's tremendously powerful because of it. I think he's our great fat hope right now.
No, he's power. That's power. That's not fat.
We were
When he starts making mistakes.
You've seen him?
Mike McCarthy.
He's almost
1 and
perfectly
2.
round
Mike
now.
McCarthy 1 and 2, fat.
we were
Hey, Brett
comparing.
Bielema 4-0, powerful. That's how it works.
All right.
We were comparing fat guys on unnecessary roughness and who was the rotund one you said?
Mark Mangino,
Yeah, it's
the
like
goat.
the
that
original.
goat, he was-
Yeah.
Like that Brett
He
Bielema
was
is
just
like.
a basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking a lot of fat
And
guys.
next to the Syracuse Orange.
The orange.
mascot.
Yeah, I mean, he was Augustus Gloop.
2 perfect spheres.
Stuck in the thing.
I mean, I'm going to go, I guess I do back-to-back Colorado. I'm going to Shedeur Sanders. The end of that game was crazy. Like, the way that he not only did the Hail Mary to go into overtime, but the play before where the guy dropped the ball, just absolutely insane the way that Colorado is playing. And we've said this a ton, like, no matter what, they're cinema right now, but Shedeur Sanders, just an absolutely insane play.
Yep, here we
Can
go.
I
I
say
knew this
something?
was coming. I knew it was
What?
coming.
That's a ridiculous dog of the week.
I knew it was coming.
Why?
It's a ridiculous
I knew you were
dog of the
gonna
week.
get it. I knew this was
If there's any dog in that game, it's Travis Hunter. He had 144 snaps. He forced the fumble to win the game. He had 130 yards receiving. That was the dog of the week.
I knew that was
Then
coming.
you should
And he
use it.
should be the Heisman.
Then you should, he
because
should be the Heisman.
he was my
He
dog of
should
the
be
week
the
last
Heisman.
week. I can't repeat.
I 1,000%
He's the Heisman.
he 1,000%
That's the dog of the
that was
week.
coming. I
You-
knew.
144 snaps is insane.
1,000% agree with you. I said this week he
Should've
should be
made
the
him the dog of
Heisman.
the week.
But I'm talking about just the play, going back-to-back plays to throw into the end
But they
zone.
win that game.
I agree with Dan, but let the record show Dan has Travis Hunter for the
35 to
Heisman.
1. Yes.
So let the record
Completely
also
biased,
show
as
that.
biased as it gets. And let me tell you one thing: if you thought what we did last year with Jaden Daniels when we bet him and we talked about him on every part of my take was a little overkill, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because Travis Hunter is going to be talked about on
So
every
you're staying
episode.
on the field every snap this year.
Oh my God! I am going to be hyping him. If there is, I think I said it on Wednesday's part of my take. I said if you can tell 2 people that Travis Hunter should be the Heisman, that would be good. So now we'll go 4. So everyone out there, tell 2 people you know Travis Hunter's the Heisman.
Okay, Dan, we had this
Get him a
conversation.
snap counter, compare it to everyone else's snaps.
It's crazy.
Dan,
Just at the end of the year, just get a snap count.
Yeah.
Like next best guy is 1,000 less
He's
snaps.
the best football player in America.
we had this conversation on unnecessary roughness this week too, because I have him as the Heisman too. Do you think? Because Brandon said he doesn't think if he played for anybody but Deion that he would be able to play as many snaps as he had. Do you agree with
I
that?
think Deion's the only guy that would
Yeah.
play him every single snap of every game. I think he's playing for the right coach for this.
So fucking good.
He's so good.
I don't think Kirby Smart would play him every snap.
I'd probably agree with that.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the deal going in.
But this is like showcasing how elite he is on.
Yeah,
both
no,
sides
he's
of the
elite.
ball.
He's great. He's
Yeah, off the
Can
top of my head, he's 4th in receptions. He's 6th in yardage. As a receiver, he's been targeted 142 times in coverage. He's only given up 11 completions.
Who forced that fumble to end that game?
That was Travis Hunter.
Yes.
That could be his highlight play.
Yeah, I think it is.
Phenomenal.
Not targeted 140 times.
Although he had that
142
he had that
pass
catch,
coverages.
You should just do him as your dog of the week every week then.
I mean,
There's nothing stopping
it's
you
going to
from
be
Nothing
Travis
stopping you.
Hunter, Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter. We're going to get this guy
At a
to New York
Heisman Watch
City
segment.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
a Heisman.
Okay, a Heisman Watch segment is added along with Blutman's microphone.
Yeah.
And again,
Dark
Dan,
alley
Dark
guy.
alley stack guy.
Dark
yeah,
alley
dark
stat
alley.
guy. Okay.
If you could split Travis Hunter, he could potentially be the number 1 and number 2 pick next year.
I would
He could be
actually
two different
probably wear
Heisman.
a
Yeah.
Dark alley stat guy shirt, even if I didn't know what it means. It's such a ooh, dark alley
It's a
stat guy.
cool phrase.
Yeah, the fact that Brandon didn't know that Liam's just been sitting in the
Well, I
dark
knew
the
it, but
entire time.
See,
He
it's
is in
just-
the dark.
Yeah.
He blends in.
Yeah.
He does. Okay, let's go to the proper picks presented by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. Dan, I'll let you
Yes,
take it away.
I
Let's
would
roll
love
the
to.
standings. Ev, Dan, and Brandon
Terrible.
are 1 and 3. Dave is 3 and 1, and I'm
It's early.
4
I'm
now.
cursed
It's
this
early.
year with my mortals.
Me and Dan also got shafted on UCF. I want that on record.
I'm cursed.
It's early.
I played to the crowd last week. You want to talk plays in the crowd? Navy, but
No, didn't you have UCLA last week?
no.
I mean,
At
LSU?
Yeah, they suck. But Navy everywhere else.
Oh, gotcha.
Proper 12 is the only official whiskey of the Barstool College Football Show, and it's just damn good tailgating whiskey. We've got the original rich and smooth Proper 12 Irish whiskey or the crisp and fresh Proper Apple Irish Apple. So go check it out. Whichever whiskey you decide to choose, make it proper. Proper Number 12. Pour the roar. I'll take my shot.
Yeah, it's freezing in here. It's probably going to warm me up nice.
Woo! My pick is Ole Miss, -17. They're playing against Kentucky. This is a complete tax on Kentucky keeping it close with Georgia. Guess what? Ole Miss's offense is going to light it up, and Kentucky's offense cannot keep it close. Kentucky can stay in a game that's 13-12. They can't stay in a game when Ole Miss has 35 points halfway through the third quarter.
You want to talk about a Heisman? I mean, Jackson Dart. I know they haven't played anybody yet, but he's having a crazy season. Okay, Brandon?
Yeah, Jackson Dart, yeah.
That pick?
Yeah, Jackson Dart, yeah.
Do you like that pick?
I do like that pick.
all right.
I have actually bet Ole Miss every single week
Love that.
because they put up numbers.
They just cover.
Yeah. So I know one thing in college football. I've known it my whole life. You don't go into Piscataway, New Jersey on a Friday night
Love this.
and survive. Washington
Night Lights.
is not a very good football team. Rutgers is just off to a sneaky good start. Kyle Monangai is a great player. Rutgers -2.5.
Love that pick.
on
Brandon.
Friday night.
Love that
That's
pick.
the only
Brandon.
ever Friday show we've done, right?
Love
At
that
Rutgers?
pick.
I believe it was, and
Friday
that night
night
they should have won that night. They lost to Nebraska
I
that
love
night,
that
but they're a
pick,
better
Brandon.
team now, and Washington
Bet
is
that pick,
worse.
Brandon.
Okay.
I love that pick,
Dave?
Brandon.
I did a little quick switch here, so I have to change it. I was going to do Georgia. I switched. I think I got an easier game. I don't like big spreads. I hate big spreads. Texas, #1 team in the country.
Oh, my
39 and a half. Playing Mississippi State. This is a team, Mississippi State, that can't tie their own shoes. They can't tie their own shoes. They don't even belong on the field. They should mercy this game.
Coach?
This should be absolutely, let's just let them out of the game. They don't show up. Texas, you get the quarterback still. Who's playing it? Is yours back or is it Manning again?
It's still Manning.
It don't matter. They're going to score
Then why did you ask?
70.
He wanted to get set up for that.
70 on this team. Mississippi State can't move the ball. They are going to get trounced. Texas winning big every game. You can't believe it's a Power 5 conference game. You can't believe it. But I'm going to take Texas -39.5 against Mississippi State. Brand Walker's Mississippi State. 39.5.
Brandon, any rebuttal or?
Go to big, yeah.
Okay, Ev, your proper pick?
Yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma State. Gundy's had Kleiman's number. He's 4-1 against him. Again, I just think Kansas State's incredibly overrated. Also, 5 is on the Gamers of the Week sheet. I would like 5, please. Thank you. Oklahoma State. That's 5.
5, please.
I think these were like the latest odds as of like 3 p.m. today. So I don't know what that changed. We've been talking about this game, or talking about this team. Auburn absolutely stinks. I can't believe Oklahoma is only -2.
I like Oklahoma too.
I do not understand.
Oh, I think Auburn's going to beat them. I think Auburn's going to beat them. I think they're.
But that's because you're really down on Oklahoma after the Tennessee
down
game.
on both of them.
Auburn is awful.
Right, so is Oklahoma. They're not
I don't
good.
know that they're awful.
They're pretty bad.
Tennessee may be really good.
Tennessee absolutely revved down, and they let off the throttle.
That was a lot of people were like, oh yeah, Tennessee, they're not that impressive. No, they had that game under control.
They throttled back and could have won that game by 30. You make your pick.
No, I know. I'm
Auburn
taking
beats
Oklahoma -2. I think Auburn is just so god-awful. And while Tennessee could have scored probably 45 to 50 points on them, I still think Oklahoma is just a better team on paper than Auburn.
Checks notes. Brandon 1-3 this season. Casey 4-0. Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Maybe
Thank
we'll
you.
stick with Casey.
You know, you're awful sassy today. I mean,
I
that
just-
wasn't. That's just,
I mean, just look at
you're
the
awful
notes
sassy.
of something like, hold on your pick.
Why is he so sassy?
Well, just if somebody.
Why are you so sassy?
If somebody did that to me, they were like, hold on with that pick, like, and then you look at the records, like, well, she's 4-0. You're.
I said it was her. Yeah, well, she's due to lose. I'm due to win. What do you want me to say?
But he does have a good point. Why'd you only go after mine? I'm the only one that hasn't lost.
Because you're the only one I disagree with.
And I'm the only one that's never lost.
Losing by 40 plus.
I'm going to have a delicious ribeye steak, a moderately priced glass of wine,
But that's only if they lose,
and a
right?
baked potato, and you can't fucking stop me.
I have a question. So that's only if they lose. What do you add if Texas covers? You can add a dessert, maybe a chocolate.
What do you mean Texas covers?
Add Texas to my card.
What are you doing?
I know, they're just talking about it. I know, but they're talking about it. And you want the steak, so yeah. Add Texas.
I'm having the steak anyway. I didn't make the reservation.
I know, but you're going viral right now for that tweet, and you only said if
going
Mississippi State
viral for
loses.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was KB's joke.
Was it?
Well, remember he said that if the Jets lose by 21, he's going to go to
Punta Cana, yeah. I twisted it a little bit. See, we're playing the Longhorns and steaks. See?
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I didn't put
actually
that
didn't
together.
get it till
I
right
didn't get
now.
that at all.
That's smarter. Now you deserve viral.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go to the Uber One Top 10. It's our communal Top 10 we do every week. And this fall, Uber One has debuted a fantastic new program for students. It gives college students all the benefits of the regular Uber One membership with half the regular price. That's $4.99 a month. Some benefits include $0 delivery fee, up to 10% off Uber Eats orders, and even earn 6% on Uber cashback on Uber rides. Get additional daily free items and more discounts from your favorite brands. Sign up now in the Uber or Uber Eats app and get 4 weeks for free. College students, you'd be losing money if you didn't do this. So right behind us is the AP Top 10.
Can I point something out?
Yeah.
Everything's spelled right.
Oh, they added the E.
Yeah, we got a little
Tennessee.
fake E there at the end, but
nice.
Everything's right.
I think it would have been funnier if we just never fixed the spelling. Okay, so let's unveil our top 10, our communal top 10, see if there's any differences from the AP. Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Miami, Alabama, Oregon, Penn State, and Utah.
Dave, did you not put Michigan back in your top 10?
Of course, they're in my top 10.
You didn't get enough votes.
Wow.
I have them at 7.
I did not have them in
I put them at 12.
I didn't have anywhere near my
And I
top
think it's absolutely outrageous that you'd have like an Ohio team who's played nobody and no BYU in there. I mean, how many teams does BYU have to beat to get there? I mean, they have some quality wins. They're undefeated.
Who do you think would win, Ohio State or BYU?
BYU probably if it's in where does BYU?
Well, you don't have to lie to have friends. What are we even doing here?
Where's BYU play? What's it? Provo. They play at Provo at night. Yeah, they take a whooping. I know how to beat them.
Dan, I know aren't you doing 12? Who do you have at 11 and 12?
Oh, 11 and 12. I didn't do 12. Oh, did I do 12?
Oh, we're supposed to be doing
Oh,
Yeah, I did 12.
yes.
Well,
We didn't do 12.
They asked for our top 10, though, so they didn't.
Yeah.
I did Michigan at 11, Missouri at
11.
12.
11 would be Missouri for me, and 12 would be UNLV.
11 for me, probably Toledo, 12 Florida.
No BYU.
No, you have to have a G.
Florida.
The
Toledo.
whole point was Toledo.
No BYU.
He said Florida.
What's BYU got to do to get in?
Florida's god awful.
By the way,
BYU's in the Big 12.
who cares?
The 12th for me would always
I'm just
be
anywhere in the top 12.
Yeah.
They smoked Kansas State. They beat Kansas, right? And they beat someone else.
Kansas.
They beat SMU.
They
on the
beat
road.
SMU.
They beat SMU on the road.
Those are
SMU
3 decent wins.
I mean, SMU killed TCU too. Not that.
SMU's bad.
But I'm not going to get into it because we always, at this point in the season, we go back and forth. Or Brandon's like, who would you think would win the game? And I do it by who actually performs on the field.
I always just think SMU. I think the first pick'em, Rico had Preston Stone on his Heisman Dark Watch, and he got benched like the first.
In seconds.
Yeah, like the first series of week 0.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. What do you think about Sonny Dykes getting ejected from that game?
I like it. Show some passion. There's bad blood in that.
The iron skillet.
Yeah, and also he cocoached
6
there.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's
How'd they zoom in on me there?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to say something profound there. So we're back in studio next week. We're not on the road. Anything else?
Great show. Ball.
Yep.
Ball?
Excited for some ball.
Good luck to everybody's teams.
I am writing down who's kicking.
Make sure the text is on my card.
Who's
first
kicking
half,
teams while they're
I
down?
want first
Wait,
half.
I'm
Hey.
making a list of who's kicking teams
I want
while they're
first
down.
half and
'cause-
full
Brandon,
game.
is A&M going to beat Arkansas?
No, Arkansas is going to win.
Fuck
First
you.
half and full game, please.
I'm keeping a list of who's doing this.
Just for the hell of it.
Just keeping a list, Dave.